Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I thought it might be fun to film another update video about my plants. So these are going to be plants that I featured in my previous houseplant tours. Most of them are from 2017. It is currently 2020, so this is from 3 years ago. So I'm going to show you clips of what my rooms looked like at that time, and also, well, some of the rooms. I don't have clips of all of them, but mostly what the plants looked like at that time and then what they look like today currently. And I also do want to ask you to please like this video. That really helps out my channel. And if you're able to leave some type of a comment, that would be really appreciated, because any type of engagement with my channel helps my videos do a lot better, and YouTube will recommend my videos to more people. So if you want to support my channel in any way, that is the best way you can do it, by engaging with my content and also by subscribing. Please subscribe if you like my content and hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you're notified every time I post a video. So anyway, guys, if you're interested in seeing my plant update, just keep on watching and we're gonna get into it. So the first update is gonna be in my plant room. I just wanted to kind of give you another overview in case you haven't seen my most recent videos. This room looks a lot different compared to 2017 when I first filmed my plants in here. I'll include a clip of what that room looked like back in 2017. It was very bare. It was around the time when I first moved into this house, and it just looks totally different now. It's way more cozy, and I still tried to keep the... Chloe, stop. I still tried to keep the decorations in here minimal to an extent and just kind of simple, but it just looks way better, I think. And it has, I added this rug, and I got rid of the table that was sitting in the middle. So I'm really happy with how this room turned out. It's just super relaxing in here, and I spend most of my time in this room. So I'm gonna bring you over here first. So the first plant I want to update you on is my Philodendron Brazil. And as you can see, it has grown a lot since, I think it was 2017 when I filmed my first update on this plant. And now it's grown all the way to the ground. This plant receives no direct light. So it's sitting on the shelf right here with my Pylea. And it's in a room that's very bright. This is an eastern window. This is a southern window. So it's never been directly in a window, and it does perfectly fine in this spot, and it's grown like amazingly well. You can see it's even branching out in this direction, not only downwards, it's also growing branches to the side as well from the middle of the plant. And it's just absolutely stunning. So I highly recommend Philodendron Brazil if you have a room that you can't necessarily put your plant in the window. It does perfectly fine not being in the window. So I highly recommend this plant, and I let it dry out completely before I water it again. I believe this Pylea is the one that I featured in my 2017 houseplant tour, and it's grown a new baby since then. It's honestly a pretty slow grower, but probably because I keep it on the shelf and it's not getting any direct light. I like how this Pylea started to grow, how it has that curved shape to the stem. It's super whimsical and it's absolutely gorgeous. It honestly makes me a little bit nervous because I feel like it's gonna just like fall off the shelf since it's growing in this way, but it seems to be doing all right for now. Hey, Coco. What are you doing, beauty? Are you on the lookout? Are you guarding the house? Garsten Stewart. So now I'm gonna bring you to my living room. And it just looks beautiful in here with that morning sun. I just absolutely I love this room during the morning when the light is shining in. Absolutely gorgeous. And this is my view from the couch. Isn't that so pretty and peaceful? I just love when the couch faces a window and you can look outside. One of the most impressive plants, I think, is my Hoya carnosa Crimson Queen. This has grown so much since I made my 2017 houseplant tour. I have it growing on this trellis and it gets morning sun. Currently it is, I think it's about 9 a.m. So it's getting that morning sun and it really loves it. And it's always growing. I'm always noticing new leaves, even in the winter. And it grows like new leaves, and it really doesn't matter what time of the year it is. It's always putting out new growth. And I only water this maybe every 3 weeks or so. I do keep it in this little ceramic pot so it doesn't dry out as fast as my plants that are in terracotta. And I just use my moisture meter to check the moisture levels. I also do make sure to shower it off every so often in my shower, just to make sure that the leaves stay clean. You want to make sure that your leaves aren't super dusty because that will interfere with photosynthesis. So I found this pretty interesting. This is my watermelon peperomia, and based on my older videos, it looks like it really hasn't grown much. And I'm thinking that's the case because this was living on my refrigerator, so it wasn't getting any direct light during that time. It was kind of just surviving. So I'm hoping during the spring and summer, this guy pushes out more growth because it pretty much is the same size that it was about 3 years ago. It obviously has grown many new leaves, but the size definitely stays small, and it really hasn't gotten much bushier since I first got it. So, but I mean, it's surviving, it's living, and I really hope it likes this morning light. These plants actually look really beautiful right now in the sun, in the sunbeam. So gorgeous. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about my prized possession. I'm gonna move it so you can see the leaves. This is my Variegated Monstera. So let me just move it so I can show you easier. So I've featured this plant many times in my videos. It's nothing new, but it's really crazy to compare it to my past videos because in the clip I just showed you, I think it only had like these little baby leaves on the bottom. And since then it has grown all of these leaves. So like, just look how big it is now. That is 3 years of growth. It's pretty tall. And I have Kona in the background. Kona, of course you're gonna start doing that right now, right? You want it to be about you, don't ya? And Kirsten Stewart. Kirsty, do you have anything to say? Anyway, so as you can see, it has grown a lot. It's really cool to compare it to when I first got it. Coco, stop doing that, baby. It is really cool to compare it to when I first got it. It has grown a brand new leaf this spring, which is super beautiful. And I honestly haven't had much trouble with this plant browning. If it does get any browning, it's usually just on the tips of the leaves, but nothing major. Because some of my Variegated Monstera do brown and look not so nice, but this guy is just like my prized possession. I got this from Logi's, and I think it cost me about $40 or $50. I honestly don't remember the exact price, but that is a steal considering what they charge for them now. But look how gorgeous. And pardon my couch, it's like covered in blankets because the dogs like to be cozy. But yeah, this is super impressive, I think, that it's grown like this, and I cannot wait to see it just like hit the ceiling. That's gonna be the best day when it finally is that tall. Super beautiful. Okay, so now we're gonna head upstairs to my bedroom, and my bed is not made. Ignore it. And here is just an overview of the plants in my bedroom. I just want to give you a quick update in case some of you haven't seen my most recent videos, in case you're curious to know how my plants look right now in this room. I always change it up in here. I like to move my stuff around, move my furniture and things around, so I feel like it's really fun to rearrange stuff. So the next plant I wanted to show you that I wanted to update you on was my Hoya carrii. And based on those clips that I showed you from that video from the past, I think that was in 2017 in the fall perhaps, it looks like it really hasn't grown much. So when it comes to growth, it's kind of pushed out just new leaves along the stem that it already had. But when it comes to growing additional stem, it hasn't. Like those two leaves were what it originally came with, and those are the last leaves on the vine. And I've only been successful with growing this outside. Whenever it's grown inside with the new leaves, they eventually would just like kind of get brown and fall off. So if you are trying to grow Hoya carrii inside and you're unsuccessful, if you're able to grow it outside, I highly recommend doing that. I just kept mine under my umbrella all summer, and I think it grew, how many new leaves? At least 3 or 4 new leaves. Like that one was brand new, and they all stayed intact. So it was only successfully grown outside. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to do that this summer. I'm going to put it outside once again. So if you're able to do that, I would highly recommend trying growing it outside. And it's never gone into bloom for me, so hopefully at some point I'll be able to see the beautiful blooms on this plant. And yeah. So now I'm going to show you my Amac euphorbia. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. I keep this Amac euphorbia in this spare room, and this is a northern window. And I just kept it here while it went dormant during the winter. And honestly, it seems fine. This was kind of like an experiment because I didn't really want to keep it anywhere else. I get kind of nervous because of the spines. So I didn't want to keep it in a room that was like high traffic. So I was like, I'm going to keep it in my room that has a window and just see if it survives during the winter since it's not going to be actively growing. And I think I only gave it water like once or twice. I just lightly watered the top few inches of the soil, just like a little bit, maybe like a half cup of water. And to put it in perspective, it's in a pretty large pot. Like that is probably, I would say a 12 or 14 inch pot. So I was only watering just a little bit just so that the roots didn't completely die back. And like I said, maybe I watered it once or twice during the winter. And I keep this plant outside in the summer. I keep it in an area that is full sun, so it's getting more than 6 hours of direct sunlight during the day. And it has grown a lot during the summer. Like that whole top half was new growth. And yeah, so it looks perfectly healthy here. Once the threat of frost has gone away, I'm gonna move it outside. And this will be my plan every winter. I'm just gonna keep it in a room that has a window. It's getting light. So it's not like in a completely, like it's not in a cave or anything. And that's where I'll store it during the winter, and it seemed to do fine. So I guess my experiment was successful considering it looks perfectly healthy, and it went dormant, so it wasn't gonna grow anyway. So I'm pretty happy about that it didn't just like die off. So I'll definitely update you guys when I put this back outside in the summer. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed my tour. If you made it all the way to the end, can you please leave a plant emoji just so that I know that you watched the whole thing? And, oh my God, the dogs love this attention. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't seen my updates about my new channel, I do have a new vlog channel that's kind of like lifestyle, where I'm going to be doing baking, cooking, stuff about my dogs, just random fun things that I don't want to put on this channel because they're not plant related. So if you're interested in my vlog channel, I have links to that in my description box. And you can also access it from my YouTube homepage. And there's a link on the right side of that page where you can find my vlog channel. Okay, so I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.